If you are feeling tired all the time and you can't really pinpoint why, then I've got a few tips that you might want to try. Let's dive in. One of the first things that I like to do with my clients, especially with women, is to really check in with your nutrition. A lot of times there are a few small tweaks or things that we need to change or to supplement to really help you make the most out of your diet. And one of the biggest culprits I see is, especially with women, is not actually getting enough protein. I have a video all about why protein is so important. I'll link it up here so you can check that out. But making sure that you're getting enough protein throughout your day is going to help fuel your body and also to help fuel your mind. So checking in just to make sure that you're actually getting enough protein throughout the day and checking in with your requirements is super important, and it really can turn around your fatigue. Another thing to troubleshoot when looking at your nutrition is to check and see if you have any food sensitivities or food allergies. I've seen in many cases with clients, people with food sensitivities that they were maybe unaware of that really contributed to their feeling of fatigue and just feeling really exhausted. Now, one of the ways that you can test this would be the gold standard to do a food elimination challenge diet. So having something like a food diary where you track not only what you eat, but the symptoms that you feel would also be really helpful. Or you can do more functional tests like food sensitivity testing as well. I've seen this in my practice be really helpful with clients in really, again, tweaking their nutrition and really figuring out some things that are really just not vibing with their body. And as a result, they generally have more energy and feel a lot better. And another thing that goes along with your nutrition is kind of checking in with your GI system to making sure that you're actually absorbing your foods properly or you're actually digesting them and being able to break things down so that you can absorb all the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that you're supposed to be getting from your diet. Again, this is another one that you can check with other functional tests such as like stool testing, just to check on your absorption and your microbiome, all of which can help contribute to symptoms of fatigue if things are out of balance. If any of this sounds intriguing or sounds familiar or sounds like it might be something for you to check out, then you can work with me inside of my coaching program, the Better Health Blueprint. I will leave a link down below in the description box so that you can learn more about that. Or if you're not quite ready to go in depth and to really commit to a longer program with testing and weekly coaching calls, you can also check out how to consult with me for a one-on-one consultation. Again, link is in the description box. Now, let's move on to the second tip you might want to look at when you're trying to figure out why are you tired all the time. And that is to troubleshoot your sleep. I know it's not sexy, it sounds kind of boring, you've probably heard it before, but the amount of times that I have seen just small tweaks in your sleeping hygiene or your sleep routine make all the difference in the world to how you feel when you wake up the next morning and your energy levels throughout the day is so crucial. So whether or not you're having difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, or having a lot of anxiety or thoughts before bed, making sure that you're checking in with things like your sleep routine and your sleep hygiene can make a world of difference. So when I say routine, I mean having a routine that kind of prepares your body and your mind to say, oh, it's time to go to sleep. And those can include things like maybe wearing blue blocking glasses at night so that the blue light does not disturb your melatonin production. It may be taking an Epsom salt bath at night to kind of raise your temperature so that your body cools itself off so that you are cooler throughout the night, and maybe might help with some of those night sweats as well. It may look like reading a book instead of, watching TV or working on your laptop. Or it may look like doing things like breathing exercises to help calm all those anxious thoughts and help you stop the hamster wheel in your brain of all the things that you have to do for tomorrow and probably all the things that you forgot to finish for today. Does it sound familiar? So looking at sleep routines, sleep hygiene is very helpful, but also there are a world of herbs and supplements that can really help with sleep. And I'm not just talking about melatonin. I feel like everybody throws out melatonin, but melatonin is actually not for everyone, and it is very dose dependent. For myself example, I cannot take melatonin at night because it gives me night terrors. And that is actually a very common side effect a lot of people don't know about. So there is a world of different supplements out there that might kind of help with sleep as well. Things like magnesium, phosphatidylserine, adaptogens like ashwagandha, chamomile, lemon balm, passion flower. There are tons of things out there, and finding the one that's right for you can really take your sleep to the next level so that you have more energy and don't feel so tired. The next thing would be to get up and get moving. I know when you're tired, you don't feel like it, but I'm not saying that you have to go and do high intensity interval training. although that a lot of times has proven to be helpful once or twice a week. But something as simple as getting up and going for a walk after your lunch, or after your breakfast, after your dinner, whenever you can fit it in, even for as little as 5 to 10 minutes, can not only boost your mood, but can also do things like help your sleep later on during the night. Getting moving also helps to decrease inflammation overall, which is often a cause of fatigue. Getting moving, whether or not it's just as simple as going for a walk, is going to be really helpful in actually fighting fatigue. And the final tip I wanted to share with you is to actually dig a little bit deeper. So say you've already gone to your primary care provider, told them that you feeling tired, and they, did your annual labs. You should definitely be getting your annual labs every year, no exceptions, okay? But say your results come back and they tell you everything's normal, but you know that something still feels wrong, you still feel off, you still feel more tired than usual, even though nothing has really changed in your life. Maybe you're a little bit more stressed out, but you shouldn't be feeling this tired. So you need to dig a little bit deeper. And sometimes that might involve doing more functional tests. So looking at things like organic acids, which is going to look at your metabolic pathways. Maybe there's something that's not quite functioning quite well, or a pathway that's a little bit slow or a little bit clogged up. Using a test such as that to dig a little bit deeper is going to tell you exactly what your body is lacking and exactly what you need, so that you can get to the root cause and actually change it. I mentioned before, something like doing like a stool test might help you determine whether or not you're absorbing or you're digesting your food well enough. That can be really crucial into fighting fatigue, because if you're not getting any vitamins, minerals, and nutrients from the food you're eating, of course you're going to feel like shit and you're going to feel tired. And other tests that look for inflammation or issues with your hormones or imbalances there, again, will make you feel tired. So digging in with these types of tests to see what else might be out of balance or not be just functioning well, I think is a great idea to really help troubleshoot your fatigue. Remember, in your annual test, they're only really showing you, whether or not you have a disease or not, or are we in a disease state? But there's so much more that can happen before something really goes wrong or shows up in your annual lab. So don't be afraid to dig a little bit deeper. Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself and ask for help when you need it. Again, if you like to learn how to work with me, because this is exactly what I do inside of my coaching program, then you can click on the link below and learn more about that program, or learn more about how to consult with me. All right, I hope that this video was helpful and that you learned something, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.